Hello everyone, Eddie here again with another video. And today what I want to talk about is yesterday Trump had his inauguration. And so I just wanted to share kind of my views of it. I actually received quite a few direct messages telling me that I should not watch the inauguration, that it should be boycotted because, he didn't want to give Trump any good ratings or anything of that such. But me being a news junkie, I had to watch it. So uh, I would say that starting off, it did seem kind of rather regular, normal, civilized. I did see the irony that 4 years ago he chose not to show up for his the handoff of power. So that's one strike already against him in my mind. And then as I continued to watch the coverage for the remaining of the day, he gave two additional speeches. And here I have to say that, the optimism I had, like, kind of like give him a chance, we'll see, don't be so judgmental. Nope, that pretty much went out the window. I mean, it's just some of the very divisive rhetoric he used. The economy was just super duper terrible. America is now moving into a golden age. And I just, I sat there and I looked and I truly did say, what am I missing? How am I not understanding how we could elect this person back into office? And I just see more of the same now. I mean, I really did try to be optimistic, but just looking at the tone, there was no extending an olive branch or trying to help or being the uniter in chief or president for all. It was purely, I'm going to make sure that they don't do this and they don't do this. And it's the golden age and we've been dealing with inflation forever. So I just shook my head and said that it's going to be a while. But even this, we can always weather the storm. I just really do feel sorry for some of the people who will be impacted. Well, actually, we all will be impacted, but I really do feel sorry for the people who don't have any means to handle this like upcoming road. And just a couple of things that I want to say about the coverage, just kind of like side tangents. First, while watching the coverage, I noticed that there wasn't any big, large size crowds when this motorcade was going on. But to be fair, it was very frigid cold. So much so, in fact, that obviously the inauguration was held indoors. And I don't want to belittle this point because it's probably been made by a bazillion people, but the billionaires were in there in the seats that usually are designated for governors and whatnot. And a lot of the MAGA supporters, people who voted for Trump, who had tickets to be on the lawn, they pretty much were left out in the cold. Those who could fit got to watch from the convention center. So I personally do think it being cold was a good call to have it on the inside. But in the back of my head, I just feel like, because he's so vain and it wasn't a lot of his supporters in attendance, I don't think he wanted, another side by side comparison of, say, his inauguration versus Joe Biden's or Barack Obama or any president you want to insert there. Uh, the other thing I note that just really a coincidence, but just a stark contrast was that, yesterday was Martin Luther King, the day that we actually celebrate the life and the works of Martin Luther King. I just thought that I just thought that was interesting that it actually fell upon the inauguration day, And those two are surely a different contrast in what they stand for in their ideology. And then the final thing that really blew me away, because a lot of stuff did blow me away, but this really caught me off guard. But at one of the rallies, as Elon was thanking the crowds, this joker throws a Nazi salute. Not one time, but at least 2 times. A Nazi salute. I mean, he did the whole thing. I mean, you could almost kind of say like, that first time, maybe he just made a mistake, or he just got caught up or something. But when he did it again, I'm like, oh, okay. So this is how we're gonna start off the new president. We're not gonna even hide some of the ideology that's of racist. So I am a little bit disappointed at everything, just at his rhetoric, because I truly was hoping that for a change that I was gonna be wrong, and that perhaps he would actually try to unite. But my final thoughts on the inauguration is that I kind of feel like it's just going to be one of those things as the time continues to go on. I don't think they're going to hit the goals that they want, or not hit all the goals they want. And I just feel like the federal workforce bureaucracy or the Democratic Party will be attempted to be scapegoated, or when noon hit yesterday, all of a sudden this economy is the best economy ever because now Donald J. Trump is the president. Things of that nature. When the infrastructure starts going into full swing that Biden helped legislate through, all of a sudden, that's going to be the thing. I just think there's going to be a lot of hypocrisy, but I am really watching for things such as inflation, the cost of eggs, because we heard that a lot, the cost of eggs, and the deportation, because I really do want to see how the deportation is actually going to go, because as it stands now, it just seems like they're trying to do everything they can do to make it difficult for people to claim asylum here. But at any rate, I will get into that in another video. But I am truly, really disappointed that he squandered that opportunity, that he didn't give an olive branch. And to be perfectly honest, I feel like right now, a conservative / Republican leaning type person in asking that, because just go back and look at any election. If Democrats win, they're always talking about, we want to reach out, we want to help. If Republicans win, then, it's all about, we have a mandate. Flip it a little bit. When Democrats win, Republicans always want the Democrats to reach out to them and to offer them, to work with them, because their victory wasn't so great. I guess what I'm saying is that you have one party that's a hypocrite, or practice hypocrisy. While I can't say every single Republican is like that, the vast majority of them appear to be that way, where, they'll say one thing, but when they're in that situation, they do something completely different. So I'm disappointed that it seems like nothing is changing. And so that is really frustrating. But we just have to wait and see what's going to happen down the pipeline. But at any rate, that's just my opinion. I would love to hear yours in the comment. And if you continue watching these videos, I'll continue to create them. Thanks, and take care. Bye-bye.